one kicking off. Lights out in the blue, Tarotas in the orange. The kickoff immediately goes in favor of Lights Out, but back the other way is Mektos. He actually has a breakaway here. The shot on target just goes in. AJ could do nothing about it.
That speed that Mektos has coming in clutch here actually got a huge dunk on Vandry. Vandry just a little bit too far behind the ball to make that one happen, and the opening salvo here going to Tarotos.
So right off the bat, it's Mektos. Gets the goal here for Tarotos, and now Vandry trying to respond back, but Taroko, if you saw him last week in the 1v1s, you saw his defense. He felt a first killer, but spectacular on the defensive end. Here's Mektos off the back wall. Vandry doesn't have the read. It's Mektos who doesn't have the shot. AJ now in his own corner trying to find a way out. Vandry and Mektos meet in the midfield. It comes over to Taroko. A good touch towards space to buy enough time. AJ kind of plays it back, kind of gave it away there as a great pass out. Taroko to Mektos, the shot, upper 90, can't put it away, and it finally goes in for Mektos.
Vandry had a beautiful block here. Unfortunately, just did not find the angle that he was looking for, and it's a 1-2 punch here for Tarotos.
Oh,
absolutely beautiful there, just staying with it, knowing that they could smell the blood, and gets it in.
And Taroko actually gets the pool shot. Mektos was the one who got credit, but it wasn't really him shooting it. I believe it was AJ who got bumped into the shot.
Yep.
How do Lights Out respond? Down 2 goals early in the first minute in game number 1. AJ, great shot from him, down off the crossbar, and it goes in for Lights Out.
Yeah, AJ is like, yeah, no, you're not going to get this crazy lead on us. So he kind of hangs back, lets Vandry just hassle everybody. Mektos advancing a little bit too quickly on that one. Taroko had too much ball speed. So the ball control for the Tarotos guys, not quite there, and Lights Out strike immediately. AJ's so smart on the play.
So the response comes in from Lights Out, and immediately almost a kickoff goal for them. But here comes Taroko. He's got a 1v1 up and over Vandry, but easy defense for him as he puts it towards the corner. Mektos trying to keep this one on. Denied by AJ. Great rotation from Taroko, but he just gives the ball away. The challenge in the corner on the Lights Out side. AJ now. He's got a lot to work with here. Tries to go past Mektos, but it's a great challenge. Here comes Taroko. It's Lights Out, caught up field. Taroko on the ball. Flip up off the backboard. There's Mekko, and the demolition off the crossbar. Mektos puts it in, and Tarotos build a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, Taroko right here. Anytime that he gets control of the ball that close to the net, you know it's going to be dangerous, and dangerous it was, especially there for AJ. Big demo makes the play happen. Luckily for Mektos, he was able to get that double touch in because it looked like, honestly, it was going to go out.
Tarotos now controlling game so far here in the first 2 minutes. Lights Out have struggled to stop them. Mektos on the bump. AJ still with good ball control here, coming out from his own end, trying to follow this one up. Does get the touch down towards the midfield, but it's Mektos.
Oh, open net.
An open net was there, but Taroko could get there. Now here comes Lights Out. The drop down from Vandry. It's a great passing play, but the shot doesn't come through from AJ. And Tarotos get away with one there, as Lights Out had a great build up to that attack.
Yeah, they really did. It's just a matter of not quite placing the pass. AJ has a habit of kind of rushing plays a little bit. As Vandry might have a shot? No, Mektos sends it away. Now everybody's racing.
A great touch there by Mektos. Bought a lot of time for Taroko to go down the field. That's a great dunk there by Vandry. It's an open net. All you got to do is just tap it in. He does. And Vandry put Lights Out within 1.
This is a great 50 right here. Vandry just staying low right behind the ball, forcing Mektos to try to make a play on it. And just stays with it. Good move there by Vandry. Seems like Vandry seems to be the level-headed one in this particular game. AJ just kind of rushing plays a touch, and it's just that little bit of a touch that is kind of forcing them into this particular position as AJ goes off the ceiling.
Oh, and he gets the bump on Mektos, but it wasn't on target in the first place. Now Taroko on the air dribble just had to give that one up as Vandry goes under Mektos, tries to fake out Taroko as well, but doesn't get it. The shot from Mektos was a tough one, and he couldn't land. Lights Out now on the counterattack, but immediately demoed by Taroko. Now Mektos tries to go for the bump dribble play, but doesn't connect. Here comes Vandry on the fast break. Taroko left backwards, can't defend it, but it's too high on the shot and lights out. Can't convert.
Starting to see the creativity that comes with twos, starting to show its head. This is absolutely brilliant play. Vandry on the dodge there by the demo. Just couldn't quite connect it as Mektos goes for the aerial. Vandry is there, he gets the save.
Great save from Vandry and an impressive bump there by Mektos. Here's Taroko trying to find Mektos across, as AJ able to push that one away. And you're seeing, like you said, a lot of 1v1 style plays here with the air dribbles into the bumps. You're seeing a lot of that from really both sides and being very successful. A lot of great saves coming out from both sides as well, but Taroko finally opens up a little bit of space and he finds the back of the net.
AJ trying to keep his momentum up. He's also trying to recover off the wall right there. Now he's facing backwards on the shot. Taroko just kind of lobbing the ball towards the net more than anything, forcing AJ into a very precarious position. You know, you kind of wonder if AJ would have stayed on the wall right there. He was kind of tied up on the post, though, so maybe it wouldn't have worked, but... Oh, what a save there by Vandry.
Vandry on the save, now onto the dribble. 45 seconds left for lights out here, down by 2. They've got to make something happen. They've had quite a bit of chances, 8 shots to the 12 of Tarotos, but can't find the back of the net. You see it, or the scoreboard, at least for lights out, they have 9 saves, so a lot of pressure coming out from Tarotos. You see a great pinching play there from lights out, perfectly set up. The pass comes across to AJ. Tries to put it past Taroko, still trying to keep this play alive, and he does. Mektos got to make the save there. 15 seconds left. Time is just dwindling away for lights out. It might be too little too late if they get one here. Vandry to his own corner now. He's got to go the length of the field, but he's still down by 2. Mektos shuts that down, and it's going to be Tarotos taking game number 1.
Definitely wasn't a dominant performance. Lights out up for the discussion for sure as that one gets knocked down. GG's all around for sure. And you can see the aggressive play from both sides. It does kind of seem like lights out is starting to get a little bit more aggressive than I think they're used to. Don't really see them get super aggressive in their threes play. They're more focused on passing and set up on plays. In twos, not, you can tell they're not really going for that. They would much rather force the 1v1. I wouldn't do that against Taroko and Mektos, though. No, they're 1v1 gods. Got to get those team plays going and get some speed on the ball. And that's what Lights Out is known for. We'll see if they change it up here game 2.
Definitely agree. I think for Tarotos as well, when they do go down the field and have an offensive try, they are much, much more dangerous than Lights Out. We saw a couple offenses from Lights Out kind of sputter out early on in the game.
Oh, what a
they
save.
Just couldn't get the passing going. But here we are in game number 2. The shot already comes out from Taroko. Here's Vandry trying to get a piece of it. Taroko pops it up. Looking for a flip reset. He does get it and actually does get the bump on AJ. Now Vandry, lots of time, lots of space. Picks up the ball. Tries to go over Mektos. Great read from him. Forces AJ to go up to try and keep the play alive. Vandry's got to get out. As Taroko, all he's got to do is pick this one up and throw it down the field.
Oh, what a catch.
Look at the solo play from Vandry. He's got one more to beat. Can he do it? And he does. Up and over, but off the crossbar. He beat both of Taroko and Mektos, but just couldn't find the back of the net.
And you can see the ball control coming out here from Lights Out. It's something they didn't have in game 1, was a whole ton of ball control. They were kind of giving things away, much like that. But you can see that they're feeling a little more safe. They're starting to rotate a little better. It's almost like they needed to warm up and sort of analyze the play of the Taroto squad. Much closer game this time around, Crowley, and I like it. This is good stuff.
Definitely, and you're seeing a lot more physical play from the Taroto side, especially from Taroko, as he's trying to get in the face. You saw the demo there, but he's got a couple bumps, and you could see him going for the demos a couple times. Now he picks up the ball here. Goes into an air dribble. AJ's in the backfield waiting, and he just goes right by him. The fake comes through, and Tarotos is on the board.
And this is the danger of Taroko in a 1v1 situation. Vandry tried to hassle him, but Taroko, knowing there was some communication there indeed, because he just slams on the boosters. Little fake there, makes it work.
He threatened the back post shot, and as soon as AJ realized it, it was too late. Great play from Taroko. We see that a lot in his 1v1 play. We've said it in the first game. This 1v1 play from really both sides has been really the difference.
It really has, but, you know, the positioning of Lights Out has been a little bit questionable on defense. You can tell they're trying to push for the offense more than anything else, which, you know, we've mentioned before that it's kind of their style in the 3v3 format, but here in 2s, you know, you got to be a little bit more reserved. Got to go for the more controlled aspect of things, and it's something that the Taroto squad has always been good at, especially with their 1v1 skill, as we might have a shot here.
It's open, and it's going to go in for Mektos. Lights Out. We're trying to stay with the play, and Taroko, the challenge goes straight out to his teammate in Mektos, and he just got to put it on target, and he does.
You can see the play read skills of Taroko and Mektos. They can act independently, and then when it comes time for someone to come in for the assist, they're right there already on it.
So what does Lights Out have for us? Again, down by 2, a little bit later in this game compared to game number 1 now as we approach halftime. And you think back to the solo play from Vandry, he beat both players, but put the ball off the crossbar. Taroko from his own corner blasts it to the other side. Vandry forced to go to his corner now, picks up the ball, trying to make a play on it, but not the best touch. The demo comes out from Taroko. Mektos, she's just got to put it on target. The fake comes out, and Taroko, what a wizard over Vandry, puts it away. A 3-goal lead for Tarotos.
Yeah, Mektos just kind of keeping this play. It didn't really have much of an angle, and Vandry stopped up just completely on his heels. And Taroko with a nice little flip up and in just towards the net. It just seems like the only thing that the Tarotos guys are doing is just getting the ball towards the net, and it's on target. They're not the strongest shots. They're not bullets or anything fancy. It's just working.
Ceiling shot comes in from Mektos, and the follow-up again from Taroko, and then Mektos comes in. Now a 4-goal lead opens up, and Lights Out are in trouble.
Yeah, AJ way out of the play on that. Just not a great challenge. It seems like AJ's playing a little too far ahead of the play. He's got to slow down the thought process a little bit. Maybe just play a little bit more defensive and force the opportunity to go in his favor.
Another missed opportunity there for Vandry. He misses the flick in front of the net. He was a little bit low on boost coming off the kickoff, but
what
a tough play. But again, Vandry gets the touch there, but no follow-up from AJ. Now Taroko actually goes by him. Taroko tries to make the play across, but Mektos nowhere to be found. The pass out. AJ, that one's high. AJ follows this one back up off the backboard. Vandry's up, but met by Mektos. But the pressure's on here for Lights Out. Can they convert? The shot again saved by Mektos. There's Vandry. There he is. He puts it away, and he finally does. Lights Out get their first goal of the game.
Yeah, Vandry, not a lot of boost here. Had just enough to make the play happen. Picked up the 12. I think he had a little bit more than that. He just sees the play develop, and he doesn't jump for it immediately, and I think that's kind of what the Tarotos guys were looking for, was that fast jump out. It just didn't happen for him, so they got a little bit mixed up. It worked out for Lights Out. Maybe that's the secret there. Try to confuse the Tarotos guys.
Lights Out definitely broke down the defense there. Mektos made a couple great saves, but in the end, so many shots coming out. But Mektos has been just all over the ball, whether it's on offense or getting in the face of Lights Out. He has been tough to get by. Taroko locking down the backside of the field as well. That's a shot from Vandry, but again, turned away by Taroko. 45 seconds left here for Lights Out. What can they do? Down by 3. Vandry into his own corner, picks up the canister, met by Mektos, of course, as AJ pushes this one away off the ceiling towards the midfield. Vandry also in the air, not the best touch. Now Mektos. AJ still playing with this one in the midfield, and again, Mektos just whips around. He actually cuts into the rotation and still gets in the way, but it's Vandry with 16 seconds left, able to get the double tap and get the second goal of the game for Lights Out.
And AJ just kind of stalking Taroko, forces him out of the way. Taroko, I looked like he got the touch on that, and Vandry right there with the follow-up. It was a beautiful move by Vandry to go ahead and follow that up just in case, and the just in case came through for him. 2 goals here, 15 seconds left as Taroko goes for it.
And he can't get the double tap off the backboard, but it really doesn't matter at this point. 5 seconds left. Taroko and Mektos up by 2 goals, and that's going to do it for game number 2 in favor of Toronto's, now a 2-0 lead in the series.
And I want to say that they're dominating, but they're really not. I mean, Lights Out has given them a run for their money for sure. It just seems like the Toronto's guys a little bit more in sync with each other. They are challenging balls a little bit better. I wouldn't say it's Fireburner-esque or anything, but just the way that they're approaching plays is working better against this Lights Out squad. And Lights Out seem to be flailing at times. They're double committing quite a bit. They're trying to keep it clean, but the moment they see an opportunity, they're just going instead of thinking about it for, I mean, just a split second. I don't want to say it's an experience thing. It just seems like Toronto's just has their number this day more than anything else.
Well, we'll see if they can continue to have their number here in game number 3. Toronto's looking strong so far in this series. Lights Out, can they respond? The shot comes out from Mektos, turned away by Vandry. Now Taroko picking up the ball. Look at all the time and space they have. Off the backboard is Mektos. Can he drop it down? He does, right over Vandry's head. And Toronto's with a beautiful play to start things off.
Yeah, Lights Out just don't seem to realize the sort of mechanical skill that both of these players possess on the Toronto side, where a shot can literally come from anywhere. You have to defend everything and then be ready for the counterattack. Lights Out, I'm telling you, man, they're just being slightly outclassed at this point. These touches aren't great, like that AJ touch that really needed to be a little bit more efficient.
You give time and space to a player like Taroko, he will punish you. Doesn't matter if he's playing 1s, 2s, or 3s.
I mean, the same really goes for Mektos, to be honest.
Definitely, definitely. Very smart players, but I've loved the solo play coming up from Vandry. He just struggled to convert so far. But still, they have a 2v1 situation here as they bump on Mektos, and a great shot there from AJ just to put it past the last defender. Lights Out, able to tie it up early.
And I like this from Vandry, just getting aggressive there on Mektos, not allowing him to recover. It was just enough for AJ to get that ball past the nose of Mektos. We're tied at 1. This could be the comeback. Let's not cast or curse it, though.
Lights Out trying to find their first lead of the series. The poor touch by Taroko, cut off by AJ. The shot comes out from Vandry. Great save there from Mektos. And here he comes down the field, trying to push it past AJ. As now a 2v1 situation comes out, and the bumps are coming through, and Taroko's just got to put it to the net. Toronto's now up by 1.
Really think this play broke down on the offensive end there for Lights Out. They were trying to recover to get back to defense, and honestly, that shot there from Vandry needed to be up in the air. And we've kind of seen that this whole series, Corelli, where Lights Out, when they have a shot, they're shooting it kind of right towards the center and not really getting creative with the placement. And the Toronto's guys are just defending it away. They almost make it look easy.
Here's Mektos. Over to Taroko. And again, I like what I'm seeing from Lights Out now. They're able to cut out a lot of these passes. You see the bump there from Vandry on Taroko. At least leaves AJ in a 1v1 rather than a 2v1, as we've seen multiple times from this Toronto's team. This is an opportunity, as Mektos doesn't really read that one properly, but Taroko able to bail him out and get the ball down the field. Now onto the bump, doesn't connect on AJ, but a double commit comes out from Lights Out. Mektos racing in to try and punish. AJ kind of gives the ball away. Again, Mektos just getting in the face, and it's an open net. The demo comes out. It didn't matter. Taroko puts it away, and now 3-1 in favor of Toronto's.
Yeah, Mektos right here just kind of sending it to the side. He knew Taroko was there, just kind of going for it. Mektos also realizing that Vandry needed some boost after that play. Just went straight for the boost pad. He was right there. It's good timing indeed. It's a 2-goal lead here. Lights Out can still catch up. It's just a matter of actually converting those opportunities into something meaningful.
That's kind of what we've been saying for the last couple games.
It really has, yeah.
Lights Out have just struggled with the execution part of their offensive third. Here's Taroko and Mektos just doing whatever they want in the midfield, but Vandry able to cut that one out. Now it's a race to the corner. Mektos is going to beat him to the ball and actually put it across.
Oh! What a
Vandry
fake!
not able to connect here as Mektos still just in front of this ball. The pass comes straight out to Taroko, kind of flubs the flick there. This lights out. They got 2 minutes to work with here, down by 2 goals. Pass out from Mektos to Taroko. Saveable by Vandry. And here comes lights out back the other way. The double tap's there. It doesn't connect. Vandry on the shot, but it's straight at Mektos. Able to turn that one away. And Torotos now on the offensive. Mektos, the shot saved by AJ. And things starting to heat up between these two teams, trading blows on both sides of the field. The lateral pass across the box off the post. AJ doesn't get the save. There's a couple fakes come out from Mektos, and finally, Torotos back in their own end.
That was a beautiful exchange by both teams, just back and forth action as Lights Out starting to show their prowess in twos, but really, there's a lot of threes action happening.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh god.
The bumps from Mektos just opens up the net. Taroko's just got to turn around and take a shot on the open net there. 4-1 now for Torotos.
Oh, and Vandry tried to dodge out of there, just trying to get out of the way. Kind of panic reversed. Probably just a flick sideways would have worked just fine, but you can tell these guys are definitely on the walls. Taroko up for the double, not going to work. Mektos is right there. Vandry tried, and it still goes in.
And you see Vandry on the backflip there, like you said, he tried, but a tough one to save as he has expected the double tap there from Taroko. Mektos decides to shoot it right at Vandry, and he just can't react. It's tough to save it when you're backflipping.
True.
Torotos, a 5-1 scoreline. Mektos onto the air dribble, looking for that flip, but he's met by AJ. Here comes Vandry. They had to make 4 goals here in 50 seconds. He goes for the ceiling shot, but Taroko's right there. Mektos able to clean this one away. Here's Taroko, not connecting, as AJ desperately throwing the ball down the field here as 30 seconds left in this game. Vandry now to his opposing corner. Taroko there to clean it up. Passed one, but met by AJ. 20 seconds left for Lights Out. I don't know if this one's going to happen here with these air dribbles. That's going to waste so much time. Lights Out can do nothing about it. Down by 4 goals. It's a tough one. It's AJ, great solo play down the field. Just can't put anything on target. Time ticking down. 5 seconds left. The ball going past or into Lights Out territory. Maybe one more for the road, as that's going to drop right on the goal line. Torotos going to take the series in a clean 3-0 sweep.
Have to admit, I'm kind of surprised. I honestly thought this one was going to be a little bit closer, but Lights Out had a hard time placing their shots. They had some opportunities. Torotos really shut them down here in this last game, but generally, I want to say it was fairly even until Torotos was able to just get ball control, and they're so good with it. Lights Out just could not respond in a way that would give them their own, real ball control. They weren't able to pass. Torotos really came in here with a plan. Let's shut down Lights Out, and Lights Out passes and speed plays. Torotos just went with the 1v1 ball control, what they're comfortable with, and it worked flawlessly for them. Not to mention, Torotos, both Taroko and Mektos were able to predict basically everything that Lights Out was doing pretty much the whole series.
Yeah, and I think that for Torotos, definitely picked up the physical play there late into that series, especially in that last game. So for Taroko and Mektos, a clean sweep for them over Lights Out, but we got another semifinal game coming up. It's going to be Nefarious and RBG Esports. Buddy and Garen versus The Car and Noxus. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. Hello, everyone, and we are back for our second match of the night of the Astronauts Rocket League 2v1 tournament. Yeah, I don't know how it became a 2v1, but
Carefully.
it's definitely a 2v2 tournament. And if you're just joining us, you missed the sweep over Lights Out. Torontos looking very strong in their first match. They moved on to the grand finals. We're coming up now with our next match here. It's Nefarious versus RPG Esports. Buddy and Garen and the Car and Noxus. What do you think, Ninja?
Well, I mean, Buddy and Garen have been playing for so long. They've definitely been putting in the hours and the practice. They are going to be definitely, well, let's just say it. They're going to be quite strong. The Car and Noxus, a lot of 1v1 experience here at Beyond. Don't know how much experience they have playing together. I know that they are friends. They do play together quite a bit, obviously, because they're on RBG. But as far as 2v2 goes, I think they're more 3v3 specialists. Obviously, being good at 2v2 helps there. And they've made it this far. So, I mean, God, I don't know. Another one of those kind of split decisions comes down to how they both play for the night, I think, more than anything else. Nefarious does have more momentum coming into this, so I think they might have a little bit more confidence.
Definitely.
I kind of have to give it to them simply because of that. I couldn't predict a score, though, because they're that close.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the Nefarious team, they're coming off of a great run in the WSOE qualifiers. And while they didn't qualify, they definitely have to be feeling good about their performance. Now, of course, that's a 3v3 qualifier. This is 2v2, so definitely different story. And I believe, you talked about the RBG team. I believe the Car we've seen plenty of times in our 1v1 tournaments. So I'm excited to see how these guys play. It's going to be a best of 5 between these two guys in our second match of the night. Let's go ahead and get things kicked off between these two. The winner gets to play Torontos in the finals for their piece of a $500 prize pool. The players joining in here, Nefarious in the blue, RBG Esports in the orange. Buddy and Garen, like we said, coming off a fantastic qualifying run recently as Saturday, their NA qualifier for the WSOE. RBG off to the start here. It's the car who beats both with just a little tap past the first defender and a second one through. RBG on the board first.
Yeah, the car just going backwards on this. Garen having a hard time predicting where the car was going to go. Kind of opened it up there for the car, and I feel like both RBG guys just kind of weren't expecting that right out of the gate. Well, there you go. I mean, and that's something you have to kind of realize about 2v2 is you're going to get scored on. It's just a matter of how you respond. And Garen trying to do just that. Buddy, a little bit out of position. Can he get there in time? Not quite.
No, he doesn't get there in time, as that one's just gonna, the slowest goal, 9 miles an hour. The car was met by Garen, and it just slowly rolls in. Buddy has to see it go in right as he gets to it. And RBG in the first 20 seconds up by 2.
That was a good stop, honestly, there by RBG. Just kind of the way it worked out here is Buddy goes for the flying save right off kickoff.
Little mix up there by RBG, but Noxus turns it around. Buddy gets kind of caught there. So Garen has to come in and tries to challenge again. This one's going to be off the backboard. Easily dealt with by Buddy. Lots of time and space here as he just pops it up. Gives it away to Noxus. Here's Buddy with the shot on target. Puts it away, and just like that, Nefarious bites back.
Noxus right here. Didn't get the ball control he was looking for. Kind of panicked at it. The car realizing a little too late that he needed to challenge that. Buddy was right there. It's just kind of the way that worked out. The throw, we thought that Buddy was kind of throwing the ball away right there in the setup for that. Turns out he wasn't. It was beautifully executed play.
So immediate response here from Nefarious after going down by 2 goals early on. Trying to tie it back up now. Buddy blasts it off the roof. And again, as Noxus didn't really deal with that one very well, this one's going to come right down in front of the box. Garen just waiting patiently for his time to strike. And it's an open net, but he can't convert. Buddy drops it down, and again off the post. Garen couldn't get the touch, and RBG get away with one there as they're on the counter attack. Here comes the car trying to dunk that one down and turned away by Garen.
Yeah, Garen beautifully played right there, just getting back to the line. Now he's going to have to race back around as Noxus responds immediately here with a fire burner.
Here's Buddy over to Garen, actually dealt with beautifully as the car tries to break up the counterattack. Here's Noxus. It's a free aerial as nobody from Nefarious is up, waiting to see what Noxus does, and it's a tough save for Garen. The car takes the corner boost and whips back around. Garen struggling to stay in front of that one, and Buddy, a good clear out. Now on to offense. Buddy and Garen kind of next to each other there. Lots of space here for the car. Onto the dribble. Tries to fake pass Buddy. Cleaned up by Garen as he pushes it towards the corner. RBG taking their time from their own side. Noxus beats Buddy, but can't get by Garen. Here comes the car again. Garen doing a great job just slowing down the play and letting Buddy come back into rotation. Buddy trying to tough read off the backboard. Can't get it, and it comes right down to Noxus.
So Buddy knew that there was going to be a shot coming off of this. He was kind of facing awkwardly. He was moving a little bit backwards. It was a hard read to make when he was like that. Just a slight mistake. And of course, Noxus is right there to take advantage of it. A 2-goal lead now here for RBG. Now, honestly, this game could still go either way as we just passed halftime here.
RBG, though, in the lead by 2. The car into a 1v1 situation, trying to get a hold of the ball. It's going off the corner. This could be a free shot for Noxus. He does put it on target, but it's turned away by Buddy. Great recovery from him. So he tries to transition onto offense, gets a demo on the car. Garen into the corner and can't really follow that one up as RBG now tries to counter back the other way. Here's Noxus. Trying to go past Garen, and he does. It goes in for RBG, and they're up by 3.
Yeah, RBG with these fast-moving plays really just got a huge dunk right there by Noxus. Off the corner, follows through, grabs that boost and everything. The one tip I think that a lot of the community guys give to everybody is try to make your moves as efficient as possible. If you're not going to make a great move on the ball, make sure that if you do get a touch on the ball, you're going to move towards boost, and they seem to be doing that very well. We're starting to see a little bit of Michael Bay action there in the corner, as I think that's a good move by Nefarious to get a little bit more physical here as the game wears on.
And we saw it work in our last game with Taroko and Mektos. That physical game in a 2v2 puts you at such a big advantage. So far, really, in this game, nobody's able to make things work as Buddy intercepts this ball over to Garen. Tries to put a shot on target, but a little bit weak there as Noxus able to pick this one up onto the dribble. To the corner, met by Buddy. Rotation comes through for RBG, turned away by Buddy. Great defense there as the car shoves Garen off the ball. Now Buddy. Great shot from him, my goodness. A bullet comes out from him, and they double their goals.
And I like what Garen did here. He kind of went to center, bumps into the car. Nox is out of position to make the play, tries for it, and again, just needed some pixels to make that happen, much like we saw in game 1, but on the other side of the field.
What a shot from Buddy, and that is how you help your team get back into it. It's Garen off the kickoff, and all of a sudden, Nefarious is coming alive.
Nefarious put their hoods up for sure, and the eyes are glowing because they are starting to just tick off the goals here. The car cheated up on the play. They didn't have a play on it at all. Noxus didn't get the kickoff he was looking for. It kind of broke down from there. RBG, in the last minute, have only a 1-goal differential to defend here, and they might be able to extend it here.
So the situation has changed here for Nefarious as they try and get back into this game, but they might have given the ball away. The car does a great job to keep this play alive as his teammate gets demolished. Look at all the time and space he bought Noxus to get back into the play after being demoed. Now the car might just do it himself. Buddy struggles to get that one away. That's a tough one for Garen to save, and he does it. The car trying to do it backwards here. Nefarious have got to go, though. Less than 30 seconds left. They're down by 1. Buddy trying to find his way out of his own corner here. Uncontested so far. Beats Noxus. And a great touch there by the car. 15 seconds left. Garen's got to come back towards it. That's a shot on target. Buddy, the spawn, able to save it, but they've got to go. Less than 10 seconds left. Here comes Nefarious. Buddy trying to find past 1. He does. The car into his own corner. Met by Garen, and he can't get the touch. We're into 0 time. It's going to hit the ground, and RBG take the game.
RBG came out swinging, and it's just Nefarious couldn't quite respond. I mean, that double demo really put a damper on Nefarious's advance there. And honestly, RBG just had all that ball control. They had it all pretty much the whole way through. And Nefarious, in the attempt to take away that ball control, they were trying to clear it away and just get it on the offensive end to try to make a play happen. The problem with that is they were clearing it right at an RBG player. They weren't finding any open field anywhere. And it wasn't that RBG was everywhere all at once. It's just they were throwing it right back at the opposition. So a couple of things to clean up. Overall, a decently close game, but I think Nefarious is starting to get a little bit more warmed up here. And we'll see how game 2 goes.
Definitely agree. I think for Nefarious, it's just about how they got going late. If they can kind of channel that here early in game number 2, it might be a different story where they're not behind the whole time. Remember, they went down by, what was it, 2 goals in the first 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So it was a rough start for them in game number 1, already looking much better here in game number 2. It's Buddy. That's a shot on target, but easily turned away by Noxus. Now Garen's turn to come through, and again, the car follows suit. Now the pass, not hard enough, but the missed touch by the car forces Noxus to throw that one back out. Buddy just trying to keep the play alive, and he does. Not enough boost to catch up to that one. So Nefarious already doing a great job of controlling their offensive third, forcing these long clears out from RBG that are easily dealt with by Nefarious. Already 4 shots for Buddy and Garen. The save comes out from Buddy. The car, though, trying to put that one back into the box. Noxus trying to keep the play alive, and Garen's up as well. Here comes Buddy now. A poor touch, though. So he does actually get the boost from the car, drops it down to Garen, but can't put it on target.
Garen just a little bit ahead on the play. We saw that from the Lights Out squad last series. You see they're getting a little antsy. Nefarious like to score. They like to be right there in the play, and again, they might be in that little bit of a 3v3 mindset. They got to back off and give some space to their teammate while challenging the opposition at the same time. It's a balancing act, but sometimes you just don't get it quite right, and right there was one of those examples.
With all the pressure we've seen from Nefarious, they still haven't been able to score. As RBG might be their turn as Noxus easily dealt with by Buddy. And he does flick it past the car, but pays for it with his life. Now Garen meets Noxus. The car, a great booming clear. Buddy. Now Garen's up for this one as he's going to meet the last defender.
Oh,
Does he have any more boost? No. Can't get around to it. And RBG now. Time and space out of their own end. Past Buddy. Over Garen. Where's the follow-up? It's there from the car, and RBG on the board.
And the car kind of hesitated on this a little bit. He wasn't quite sure if Garen was going to get that touch, and once it just got past in the car, threw on the boosters, it was enough to get there in time. Again, Nefarious just a little bit too far forward on the play. They're trying to push the subject. I really do feel like a little bit of patience, just a little bit, would do them very good. Trying to keep ball control as much as possible. Instead of just like booming it or just massive hits all the time, grab some control. Maybe not necessarily take on RBG in a 1v1 situation, but just get it away from him more than anything else.
Bump tries to come through for Noxus. The car, though, doesn't deal with that ball very well. Here comes Garen. Not able to get the touch there, met by Noxus, and a great second touch from him. As we're now into the Nefarious end, Buddy trying to push this one across, looking for that pitch off the wall, and does get it. Now Noxus forced to go across his own net, comes out to Garen, but that one goes high. He had him beat. The car was struggling to read that one. Now Noxus off the ceiling. Not able to get the touch there as Buddy was there to meet him anyways, but this ball coming back out to the Nefarious end, saved by Garen on the goal line. But still, down by one are Nefarious. Garen trying to pop that one up, but it's straight to Noxus. And another touch by him keeps this play going. Here's Buddy. The touch towards the net, but the car. Now onto the air dribble, looking to go over one, but it's Garen that he can't get past. Oh, and the big miss there. The bump comes through. Noxus not able to land the double tap as Garen's defense slows that one up in the car. Now Garen back over to Noxus, back and forth. Buddy and Garen go for this ball. It's a free ball on the top of the box. The car puts a shot on target, turned away by Buddy. Now Garen, the side flip comes through. Now Buddy trying to put a shot on target. It's just complete chaos coming out from the Nefarious box.
Chaos, yes, but you're seeing a lot of control here from RBG. They're not necessarily forcing the issue. Excel right there, waiting for an open net, and Buddy able to recover that time. But Nefarious, they're getting pushed out of their side pretty much all the time. They're having to recover. They're using a ton of boost doing it. And in 30 seconds, if they don't score, it's going to be looking bleak here going into game 3.
A similar story to game number 1. Down by 1, less than 20 seconds left. Garen can't get the touch. Here comes the car. RBG trying to put this game away as that one goes high off the ceiling. Here's Garen trying for a second touch. He does get it. Now looking for Buddy. He's got him in the midfield, but it's not across enough. Buddy forced to go back. 3 seconds left on the clock. Can Nefarious do anything to tie up this game into 0-second time? Buddy can't catch up, and RBG Esports, they take game number 2.
And again, it came down to control. I mean, RBG really just had all the control that timeout. Nefarious, they got a couple of things together, a couple of chances. I mean, you see that 6 shots on the board technically, but once RBG found their stride again, they just started going to the air, using the time up, and just kind of lobbing balls towards the net, and it's working for him. I mean, Nefarious get a little bit mixed up sometimes, and RBG's right there to take advantage. This time, Nefarious did a little bit better on defense, but they just could not put together anything on offense. Most of that being due to RBG just attacking at the correct times. Nefarious, not so much. They had to scramble quite a bit. Just seems like Nefarious is a little bit more out of sync with each other, and RBG is just right there. Bam, bam, bam. Just punch, punch, punch the whole time.
There's a close game there for Nefarious. Unfortunately, with all the pressure that they had early in the game, they couldn't really put anything together. As this one's going to be an open net, but actually Garen comes through. Noxus shot too weak. Now Buddy, the long shot from him off the back wall, gets a double tap, but not on target. Here comes RBG. Noxus, pass 1, pass 2, off the crossbar, you just gotta tap it in, it's the car, and RBG Esports with a spectacular first goal.
And this is one of those beautiful plays that these two can put together. It's all that 1v1 skill, all that competitive 1v1 skill, able to rear its head right there, literally with that goal explosion, as RBG just putting them together, lining them up, knocking them down. That's all they really need to do here, at least in their minds, and it's working for them. Nefarious is scrambling.
We saw this near the end of game number 2. Nefarious kind of got locked in their own end. They struggled.
Oh, ball control. Here we go.
Now Garen into the offensive third, into the corner. Now Buddy has got some space to work with. Noxus isn't up. The touch doesn't come through, and Noxus able to defend it. He was in a tough position. Now the demo comes out from the car. He's trying to find Garen. Noxus just got to put on target. What a save from Garen! Buddy able to clear it away, and Nefarious. A spectacular save on the goal line there from Garen, going off the inside of his own net. Keeps them within 1. Now Buddy not able to keep that play alive as the car able to clear this one away, but Noxus not up for it as Garen gets a second touch. Buddy opts to not go. Here's Noxus. Good ball control from him, just bringing it down, forcing that defender to come towards him. Now the car beats 1. Buddy off his own crossbar, a spectacular double touch from him, but it's on the wrong goal.
Yeah, well, you know what they say about own goals, they're always your best ones. And Buddy right here with the panic. I mean, he had the right idea, it's just the way that he flipped into it just kind of sent him careening towards that ball once again. Look, that's unfortunate. If you're going to call anything unfortunate, that is unfortunate.
A little unfortunate, but RBG will take it. Now Noxus. Buddy, over to Garen, over to Buddy, back to Garen. And it might pay off, it almost does. It would have been beautiful.
Jinx.
Now Noxus. We'll talk about it after.
Ooh.
The car. Noxus in the midfield, he does get a flip off that one actually, and here's the car. Trying to follow that one up, turned away by Garen. Nefarious only have 1 shot to RBG's 8 in game 3. Buddy.
Oh, what a touch.
Tried to find Garen there. Now again looking for Garen, but Noxus reading this one nicely, but actually doesn't get a touch. A lot of time spent here on the orange side, especially in front of the box, but again, no shots come out from Nefarious, and Garen's racing back. Does make the save. Here comes Buddy now on the dribble. Lots of time. Looking for the pass over to Garen. It's there, but the car able to break that one up. Shot comes out from Noxus. Turned away by Buddy to his own corner. Looking for the touch here. He does get it. Now Garen. Pass 1, but Noxus, again, great rotation here from RBG. Just to get back in time, and for Nefarious, it's just been tough for them to keep possession in the offensive third and actually make something of it. The follow-up comes through from the car. It's a great touch from Noxus, and RBG now 3-0.
And RBG, honestly, when it gets to their side, they're patient, they wait for it, and then just take control, and they're able to speed it out towards the midfield and still have all that control. It just seems like right now Nefarious is not able to do that so much. Just in general, as well as RBG able to challenge everything coming out of their side. And once they take control of it, they're just so dangerous. They can attack from any angle. Team play, it doesn't matter. They just make something happen all of the time. Not to mention those challenges. I mean, RBG is just on it. It just seems like their day here today against Nefarious. And like I said before, these guys are friends. All these guys are friends. They know each other. They play against each other quite a bit. So it's one of those, kind of reminds me of the early days of Rocket League when all the pros kind of knew each other and they were still, you know, not pros yet.
Well, some of these guys trying to go pro here as Buddy pass out to Garen. That's how you do it. You put it away on an open net off the demo, and Nefarious now within 2.
This is beautifully done there. Garen positions himself nicely after the demo, stays there, doesn't get out of the play. Puts himself right on the goal line. It was beautifully played, well communicated, I should say, by Nefarious. We'll see if they can come back here in the last minute.
Down by 2. What does Nefarious have in store? Maybe a double tap from Garen, but no, red by Noxus. The demo comes out from the car. Nobody's back. RBG trying to put that one on target, but Buddy gets back in time. Now, full boost for him. Trying to get the fake pass. Noxus doesn't happen. Here comes RBG. Again, 30 seconds left here for Nefarious to do anything. Buddy looking for the net here as it does go in. He dunks it home. Nefarious within 1.
And the way Buddy pirouettes right here, yeah, he goes backwards, and they thought maybe he had to slow it down, and he just keeps going. Seeing Noxus coming at the ball like that, angles his car so that if Noxus gets a touch, it's going to move in the general direction of the net after the pinch. Beautifully played right there. Now they're within a goal, less than 30 seconds. They could stay alive here.
They've given themselves a shot. 15 seconds left. Buddy tried to roll that one up the wall or bring it down, but it does come out to Garen. The bounce off the back wall. Can Buddy bring it down? Garen, somebody's just got to put it on target. They can't, and Noxus probably going to end this one there. That was their chance. 2-goal lead for RBG with 2 seconds left. Nefarious can't do anything about it.
And they threw everything they could at that RBG goal, but Nefarious just couldn't quite put it together. Again, pushing the subject, got punished for it. And the 2-second, well, that's going to be the dagger.
It absolutely is, and it's going to be a clean sweep here for RBG Esports as they take down Nefarious. And a lot of close games here. I believe all of them were 1-goal games, so
yeah,
it wasn't like Nefarious was getting blown out, but you can look at the scoreboard and you can see the difference there, and the shots and the saves. It really tells the story.
It really does. I mean, RBG just kept the pressure up the whole time. They did not back down at all. They kept the rotation going. They had one guy on the ball, one guy set up, one guy on the ball again, set up, and just kept the formula working. I like to call it the spin cycle, and kind of works more in threes, but Nefarious were caught scrambling a lot. Less than, I'd say, in the last series that we saw, but they still couldn't quite put it together. And then when they had an opportunity, RBG was already ready for it on the defense. I mean, let's face it, RBG played a little bit of a better series this time out. And Nefarious do go down, but not without a fight. I mean, honestly, that has to be one of the closest 2v2 series I've seen in quite a while here at Beyond.
Definitely a close one here. And RBG going to be moving on to our grand final. So we've had 2 sweeps here in our first 2 games of the night. All that's left is our grand final. It's going to be RBG and Taroko and Mektos in our grand final. Somebody's walking away with $400. Somebody's walking away with only 100. Find out next. You don't want to miss it. It's our grand final of the 2v2 Rocket League Astronauts tournament. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for tonight's 2v2 Rocket League Grand Final between Torotos and RBG. We just saw RBG take down Nefarious in a very close series, albeit a sweep. Earlier on, we saw Torotos sweep over Lights Out. So, as we said going into break, Ninja, 2 sweeps coming into our Grand Finals, but only one can be a winner. And between these two, who do you got?
Well, they both played so strong, and God, I don't know. I mean, we honestly thought that the teams that lost were the ones that I thought might be the winners. So I kind of have RBG because they're warm, but God, I Torotos just so strong here. Beyond, honestly, I think they have the edge there. I think it's going to be really even. It's just so tough. I'm going through all the scenarios in my head as I'm sitting here. You can actually hear me thinking, which is weird. I might need to oil up the gears a little bit, but I have a feeling it's definitely going to go to at least 5 games. I kind of have Torotos on this one, not by much, close games, but still edging him out.
Well, it's back-to-back appearances now in 2019 for Taroko. He was in the 1v1 where he was, I believe he was swept, or it was a 4-1 by First Killer last week. So he's back here in the grand finals against RBG. I'm definitely going to give him the edge. I know he would love to have that one back, but one of these teams has got to go home a winner. One of these teams walking away with the lion's share of our grand prize of $500. Let's get things going between these two guys. So we find out who will be our champion here in tonight's the first 2019 2v2 Rocket League tournament.
Looks like we're having a little bit of issues with the maps. So we're going to have to just remake the server real quick. A couple of the players are experiencing frame drops. And of course, want to make sure that the players have the best experience that they can, especially in a grand final with money on the line. A couple of these guys, it's just something that happens from time to time. So we're just going to remake the lobby real quick, get them back in there on a different field. Unfortunately, no champions field tonight. It's a little bit unfortunate because I do kind of like that one, especially for a grand finals like this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's kind of, I feel like at Psionics, that was probably one of the biggest reasons they added Champions Field into the game was to have it on a championship match, right? And a championship series. So that map's always interesting, having the World Championship banners and whatnot being hung in the background with the names of the world champions for every single season. So, but we're going to be going over to DFH Stadium, it looks like, and get things underway shortly. And before we went to the map change here, Ninja, I was talking about Taroko, definitely a guy who is hungry for a win. Like I said, went down in a 1v1 grand finals appearance against First Killer, who is an amazing opponent, obviously. But I have to say, Taroko and Mektos looked very, very good, very controlling in the game that we saw earlier on. So I have to agree. I definitely think that they have the advantage here coming in, or at least look like the better team. But if you guys love Rocket League and you love the Astronauts tournaments, we got a lot more coming up in the month. Earlier on in the month, we already did our 1v1 tournament, $500 1v1 tournament that, of course, First Killer won. Who else? Later on in the month, on the 23rd, we have our $500 1v1 tournament, Wednesday, January 23rd. And then, of course, on the 28th, it's our $2,000 3v3 tournaments, over exactly $3,500 in prizing over the course of January. So lots to play for here. Again, that $2,000 tournament 3v3 on January 28th is going to be a banger of a one, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
As $2,000 is quite a hefty prize pool for either of these teams, or for any team.
Yeah, for any team, honestly. And the way that it splits out, it just works out great for everybody. You usually see some of the best squads come out for some very good practice and a shot at some decent prize money, as well as, some of these sort of smaller teams, or teams maybe that haven't quite broke out into the Rocket League world, they have a chance to go up against some extremely strong teams, RLRS, RLCS caliber sometimes, as just to see what they can do. And we'll have to see a little bit later on in the month. Hopefully you guys tune in.
Well, now it's time to see who will be our grand champion here in this 2v2 Rocket League tournament. It's Torontos and RBG Esports facing off in our grand final. Who will walk away victorious again? Back-to-back grand final appearances for Taroko here. RBG coming off of a clean sweep. Actually, both these teams really coming off of a clean sweep. So we get things underway.
And we've seen these guys play against each other in 1v1 and 2v2 situations. They know how each other plays. This one should be a banger. Let's get in.
RBG with initial possession here. It's Noxus trying to push it past Mektos. The demo comes out from Taroko. We saw earlier on in the Torontos match. Taroko, if I can spit that one out, has done a great job of being physical throughout a series, getting the demos, getting the bumps, see if he can replicate it here against players the likes of Noxus and the Car.
And of course, the Car, Noxus, very good at doing just that. Oh, 1v1, hello! Oh, that was close.
Lots of 1v1 players in the lobby. Taroko trying to beat the Car here in his own half. This pass coming over. Actually, he's just going to try and take it himself, but Mektos getting in the way. Now Taroko into his own corner, trying to find a way out. He does past Noxus. That one's actually on target. The Car goes all the way to his goal line to make the save, and you can see the demo trying to come out from Taroko. Doesn't connect. Here comes RBG. Down back the other way, off the corner. Not able to keep control, but a big miss by Taroko. Mektos able to clean that one up.
And you can see the respect that these players have for each other. There was a mistake that should have been capitalized on, but everybody had backed off the play, expecting a touch to come out, and now we're back on the other side.
And another miss there by the Car, but not capitalized there from Torontos. Now Noxus trying to bring that dribble down. Taroko, though, not letting anything of the sort happen. Here's the Car trying to find the ceiling down towards his teammate. Noxus not able to find the touch. Here's Taroko now. The shot on target, forcing a tough save out of the Car. Now Noxus tries to go over Taroko, but Taroko just too quick to the ball. Here's Mektos. Back the other way. Tries to go for the block on Noxus. Doesn't come through. The pass came out from Mektos. That's a tough one to read if you're Taroko.
Taroko was just a little bit out of position, too. He wasn't centered for it. He was kind of following along the line, expecting a big clear. A little bit different than he thought, but still manages to work itself out. I mean, we're at halftime now, and this has been probably the most even matchup that we have seen all night.
Absolutely is. Both these teams have had a couple close chances here. 4 shots for RBG so far to Toronto's 2. Now 3 all in favor of Taroko. As here's a free shot, but it's in front of Noxus. The fake comes out from Mektos, and they both rotate back for Torontos, leaving the Car to pick up the ball. Now trying to flick it past Taroko. He does so, but it's too high. Now Noxus again tries to go over the defense of Torontos, but they're just so quick. Mektos and Taroko combining to push it down the field, but not for much, as the Car, the shot just wide, as Taroko had to watch that one go off the backboard. Or off the back wall, excuse me, as Mektos had a chance there. RBG giving up a couple close calls here. Now Nox into the corner. Taroko looking for Mektos. He does get it out towards the midfield. Now Mektos in a 1v1, trying to go for the fake. Read out perfectly by Noxus. So far, we're entering under a minute here, and we have a tie game, 0-0. Nobody has been able to find the back of the net.
Yeah, we're starting to see a little bit of boost starvation. We're starting to see some issues just trying to keep possession of the ball in general. We've seen a lot of long clears, and granted, I think all 4 of these guys kind of know how each other's plays, and when they get in those 1v1 situations, they're expecting all of the shots, all of the touches, and so they're able to prepare for them. And it's one of the reasons why it's just so close, and nobody able to put together a team play either. They're trying to set up for it, but both sides are just cutting everyone off, and it's resulting in this edge of your seat action. Who knows who's going to score first? I have a feeling we might even see a golden goal set up here going into overtime.
Who will crack first? Who will make the first big mistake that leads to a goal here as the car finds Noxus? A rough touch to his opponent's corner, returned by Taroko. Now the car back and forth, both these teams. One touch from everyone. Taroko does get a touch there. It looks like we might be going to an overtime. As Noxus does beat both the defenders, but it wasn't on target, and it wouldn't have made it to the goal either way. Overtime. And I believe, what was that, our first one of the night?
It is, yeah.
A 0-0 overtime as Mektos trying to end it early, not able to connect there. Here's Taroko, has a free shot on target off the crossbar, and in 13 seconds, he puts game one away.
And it took a crazy shot like that, Taroko, from just about the third. Noxus, I have a feeling Noxus thought that was going to go above the bar or even just hit out. Instead, got the Bardansky right there, and Taroko puts it away. That was almost breathtaking, the way that both teams are playing against each other and with each other's teammates. And it was sort of like how twos is supposed to be played. They're putting on a clinic here. I mean, most of the time I was sitting here breathless, like, who's going to mess up first? Who is going to mess up first? And it turns out it was actually just a beautiful shot. There wasn't really a mess up there that caused that goal to happen. It was just a beautiful shot to give the lead right there. And honestly, this game too, again, I gotta remember to breathe, Curly. I'm not breathing.
Well, it was definitely a great shot there from Taroko. See if he can replicate it here in game number 2. Of course, this one's going to be a best of 7 as opposed to our best of 5s that we've had all night. Here comes the car. Great cut past Taroko. Tried to beat Mektos and almost did. But Mektos in the end got a little piece of it. Now a great flick. Force the car to go up, use that boost, clear that ball out. Mektos still being a nuisance. Still trying to put this one on target. As the car still struggling to get it out. Always met by a Taroto's defender.
But that strategy actually makes sense. They're forcing RBG to use their boost, forcing him to think again. But now Taroko caught out.
Taroko not able to approach this ball, stuck on his goal line. You can see him backing up on the line. The car puts it directly in the middle of the net, and Taroko just couldn't react in time. RBG get the first goal of the series.
And it looked like Taroko might have side flipped a little bit on that one. Just trying to rush the jump a little bit too quick on that. He'll be correcting that very quickly. Watch this.
Here's the car off the corner. No follow-up from Noxus as he's trying to get the demo now on Mektos. Forces the jump, and Noxus comes in to dunk it away. Taroko blasts it downfield and given up by the car. Taroko looking for Mektos. He's there. It's bouncing in the box, cleared away by the car. As this ball rolls out to Taroko, he whips around. Over to Mektos, off the post. Not able to put that one away. What a shot from him.
The angle was just a little too extreme. It was a good idea. They're keeping pressure alive here. The Taroto squad not allowing RBG to breathe at all. They finally break out.
You can see the control there by Mektos. Great 1-2 touch to bring that ball down and keep possession instead of just booming it away. Look at the passing play. Mektos to Taroko. They tie up the game.
Taroko got shut out here by the car, but the car put too much mustard on it. Mektos right there over to Taroko. Good field awareness by Tarotos to put that one away. We got a tie game again.
Fantastic combination between Mektos and Taroko as they tie up the game here. 3 minutes left to play in game number 2. Taroko has a little bit of space. The shot just a bit wide. As the car coming out from his own end, it's actually Noxus. Here's Mektos. Does he get the touch? A beautiful touchdown to Taroko. Absolutely beautiful from Mektos.
Mektos here under pressure. The car was right there to try to knock it away, and Mektos just diving right in front of him. That was beautifully executed here. Must have saw the car coming for it as he just leaps off the wall, knocks it down and in.
A lovely touch from him, and Tarotos now take the lead.
Ooh.
It's RBG trying to respond. Here's Noxus into his own corner. That's a tough bounce to deal with. Nobody there from Tarotos to get in the way. Passing play comes through for RBG, but it's just too high. And possession now given up. Mektos. Noxus back the other way. The fake comes out from Taroko, and he does beat Noxus with it. And a huge pinch comes out towards midfield as Mektos trying to pick this one up. Tarotos bring this ball down as RBG just forced to pop it, clear it away. Another long clear coming out from RBG. Not a lot of possession play from them lately. Something that we saw in their last series quite a bit. In this series, being forced to just boom the ball away because of all the pressure that we're seeing from Tarotos. But here's Noxus into the air. Mektos still on the ground looking for that flip. He does have it, but he puts it wide. Not able to convert.
Yeah, just a touch wide on that one. Got a little bit under. He just went under it a little bit too late more than anything else. But we're starting to see this physical play here from RBG. And it does kind of seem like they're expecting another person to come up. They kind of sunk into this sort of threes mentality as a lucky pinch here from Taroko puts another one in, making it a two-goal lead, I should say.
Great challenge here by Taroko, making sure that ball has nowhere to go but the back of the net. And like you said, a 2-goal lead opens up now for Tarotos. All 3 goals by Taroko here. RBG have got to respond, and they've got to do it quickly. 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Noxus. Past Mektos. Taroko's got to deal with this. And it's dealt with perfectly as he brings the ball down. The car just trying to keep the play alive, but it goes out to Mektos. And Tarotos, they've just got to run this clock down at this point.
That's actually what I was just about to say. Yeah, they just need to run the clock down, try to challenge as much as they can, but don't get ahead of yourselves either as RBG goes for it. Nice block out there by Taroko.
Great block there by Taroko. You saw Mektos go for the demo, and then he puts himself out of position. So he does win the challenge and the clear over Taroko. Another shot. It's almost like we've seen it before. Noxus gets in the way of that one this time, and less than 30 seconds left. RBG have got to go. They've got to make something happen. Something on target. As both Taroko and Mektos jump for that one. 15 seconds left for RBG. And it's now or never. Noxus cannot get past Mektos. Nobody can tonight, as Taroko's got an open net. He actually put it wide there. He needs a little help from Mektos, and this game is over.
I have to admit, I like this little pop-up here on Mektos. Mektos is here for the pass, just in case, kind of guarding the goal, and then realized that it was going to go wide, but it was right to him. So let's just pop up and kind of knock that one in. Nice little easy shot there for him. But with 5 seconds left, honestly, Tarotos have this one. I don't want to say they really dominated, but they did put a lot more shots kind of on target. I mean, the shot counter is dead even, 6 apiece for each team, but really the efficiency that we saw out of Tarotos with those pass plays just kind of outsped RBG on that. And RBG just kept going towards those 1v1 plays and sort of the aerial plays that seemed to suit them well, and Tarotos just defended them, and defended them nicely.
Yeah, I have to say, for Tarotos, or I'm sorry, for RBG, we saw a lot more of the solo play in the last series. Tarotos has been able to just shut them down. Every time RBG wants to go on the dribble, Mektos has just been in their face, whether it's the contest, a challenge in the midfield, or just slowing them down on transition. He's done a great job, and that's really been the difference. RBG can't go to their bread and butter of those solo plays, and Taroko and Mektos just done a fantastic job of controlling this game.
So it's going to come down to RBG to start putting together some pass plays here as Mektos takes a shot, blocked away by Noxus. And RBG can put together some really great pass plays. It's just a matter of them actually executing on them and finding a little bit of open space, I think, to just get the setup going. But they have to remember that there isn't someone to back them up as Noxus goes for a shot. Kind of awkward place there. There's no one there to set up. You have to set each other up and not wait for the third man to come through, as it seems like they back off the play a little bit too fast. Oh.
An interesting pitch there by Mektos, dealt well by the car. Lots of space given to him, and he actually just gives up the ball. You see Taroko able to read it out, trying to get the pass across. He does get the pop. Mektos is up, off the crossbar, can't find the back of the net. Taroko trying to salvage the play, but Noxus doing a great job of just staying in front of it and slowing them down. A missed opportunity for Tarotos.
Yeah, but RBG also shut down the shooting lanes, made it very tough to even make a shot on there. Taroko shot on the open net, and it's in from the midfield.
Open net, open space again for Taroko. You see the car actually slowed that play down, but it was the touch from Noxus off the sidewall that just went straight to the middle of the field, and Taroko made him pay. Great recognition from him, and Taroko and Tarotos on the board first.
And you can see Noxus knew he kind of messed up. He rushed back to the net to see if he could do something with it. But he might be able to get redemption here as they set up here at the midfield.
Well, they both go for that passing play. Mektos and Taroko actually commit. Bouncing ball, and Taroko puts it on target. The defense nowhere to be found for RBG.
Yeah, Noxus playing a little bit hesitant here. Went up to the sidewall. Thought about going for that touch there out of the corner, and Taroko right there. He had the right idea trying to get across the net like that. It's just too far away. Didn't have the momentum to make it happen. If he had got on the boost and maybe just stayed straight, he would have at least had a better shot at it.
Now an attempt off the kickoff here for RBG. That's dangerous, as that one's actually just going to go in. No, off the post. The follow-up from Mektos is there, but turned away by Noxus, and that would have been a huge demoralizer for RBG if that went in. Here's Mektos again. Noxus. Now Mektos. Just keeping this play alive, or at least in the RBG half. You can see the patience coming up from Taroko, and you can see RBG just giving the ball away. It's the car. That's a tough read. The patience from Taroko. Now pops it up, goes for the fake, tries to pop it over Noxus again. Here comes the car. Mektos buying time for Taroko to get back and actually wins possession. Now Mektos trying to pass this one across. Taroko all the way to the other end and gets the pinch. Noxus alone here. He tries to get this one away. He does, but gets demolished in the process. And it looks like the car not moving right now as Taroko.
Oh, they got a disconnect.
And this is going to be a tough one here for RBG, as they do have a disconnect here as the car. I'm not sure if it was a crash or just maybe an internet connection here, but Mektos does put this one away for Taroko, or for Tarotos, and the car is back. It sounds like that he actually just lost connection there, but he is back in the game.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a connection hiccup, it seemed, as the car showing some good ping here. I don't know exactly what happened. Must have just had a little bit of a hiccup there. But comes in and finds himself now 3-0 down here. Tarotos took advantage of it. I mean, you might as well right there, especially when you're in the heat of the moment. I don't think they realized exactly what was going on. They were just trying to score.
Now a 3 lead for Tarotos, and Mektos trying to get a double touch there. At this point, RBG have got to get things going. Here's the car from his own box. Taroko still playing with it. He's forced to rotate back. Here comes the car. It's actually Noxus as he bumps his own teammate out of the way. I'm not sure what happened there, but Taroko now, the long clear as Noxus forced to go back into his corner here. Looking for the car. Doesn't get the flick on. This one's going to go off the backboard, though. Lots of space for the car to get something going here as Mektos gets bumped out of the way. Noxus goes for the demo on Taroko, but still Taroko makes the save. We approach a minute in game number 3. Mektos has a free shot on target. A mistouch there by the car. And now our 4-goal lead opens up for Tarotos.
And I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going through the car's head. It looks like he's rushing plays a little bit. There's some miscommunication there with Noxus. I don't know if they're in comms right now either. It does kind of seem like they've lost their mojo a little bit. They're not playing around each other. They're kind of all over each other right now. So we'll have to see if they're able to clean that up here as Noxus bops one towards the net.
Off the crossbar, but with 45 seconds left, down by 4, RBG are going to need more. Here's Mektos. Just dribbling around the field at this point. The car, little side flip there. Try and force the ball down the field, and Mektos does actually squeak it by. Tried to drop it down, but in the end, Taroko comes through, bangs it off the crossbar and in, and it's a 5-goal lead.
This is a good heads-up play here from Mektos. Ball squirts out, and he just gets behind it and underneath it. Actually, ended up not touching it at all. Taroko must have called him off, and the car kind of stuck in no man's land at that point. Not really much you could do there. I mean, it's 5-goal pounding at this point. This is rough. They're going to have to regroup for sure for the next one.
I think Mektos missed on that one. I think you're giving him too much credit there.
No, I realized that right as the replay happened. He didn't get the touch at all.
But nonetheless, it really doesn't matter at this point. 10 seconds, just a formality. As Taroko and Mektos have a dominating win, and while there was a slight disconnect, it really only cost RBG 1 goal. Tarotos able to get a 3-game series lead in this best of 7, 1 away from the win.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate at this point, honestly. The car probably a little bit frustrated. Noxus needs to calm them down a little bit. They need to get back into comms, get back on their horse a little bit. They got a long road ahead of them. They could do this still, technically. It's just a matter of actually pulling this one through. But Toronto's only need one more, and it's theirs on another sweep, which would be kind of insane. We don't usually see those in these kind of finals here at Beyond.
We definitely don't see 3 in a row, and we are about to if Toronto's can close this one out. We'll see as the kickoff ensues here in game number 4. In possession is Taroko, looking for Mektos. RBG for them, you talk about the frustrations, Ninja, and it's about, this game starting 0-0. You have another chance to make something happen here. You could definitely take a game off these guys and make this a series.
Yeah, you kind of have to show your resiliency here. Your backs are up against the wall. You had a disconnection. You have all this stuff going against you. Take a game, Maybe take 2. Just start the ball rolling and then start to see what happens. We're starting to see a little bit of aggression from RBG, which is good. Got to be productive with your aggression on that point, and hopefully your frustration can turn into something fruitful as ball heads towards a corner.
Well, something that could help RBG is scoring here, as they have been scoreless for quite a long time. It's the car in his own corner, demoed by Mektos. That's actually a great clear by Noxus past the last man. And the bump. The shot comes out from the car. That's dangerous. Oh my goodness. Off the inside of the 90, and he just can't score it off the crossbar. Noxus had the opportunity, and RBG just can't find the back of the net.
A good demo there in the corner, though. They might open something up just to move it back down the line.
Taroko actually gets an interesting pinch there. Mektos looking for Taroko. This is dangerous, though. RBG can capitalize here, but they opt not to overcommit. The car just trying to slow down this play. Here's Noxus, not able to connect on that one. A whiff coming out, another whiff coming out. This ball thrown high towards the blue side, and
that's not good.
That's a big miss there by Noxus, and it's just going to be a tap-in for Mektos as a big mistake comes out from RBG.
And it looks like Noxus might feel like he needs to kind of carry a little bit right now. I don't know if that's a psychology thing with the car being a little bit down because of his disconnect. He's just kind of out of it. But Noxus, he's moving a little bit faster than he was in the last series, and even in the last couple of games. He's just trying to be on the ball at all times. And he's going to get combated, obviously. But it's going to lead to more frustration, I think, for both of these players. breathe a little bit. Just breathe. You know, do the thing that I'm trying to do right now because this is a breathtaking game overall.
Here's Sirocco trying to squeeze out the breath from RBG Esports and clean out the series in a 4-0 sweep. The car bringing this one down past Sirocco. Mektos there to meet him at midfield. Sirocco, can he get the touch? He does. It comes down. It's actually Noxus who does, and Mektos just can't put on target. A tough angle, but still not able to do it. And so we stay a 1-goal difference.
I think the car's back in the game now. He got that cut off. He got a nice little block there. Nice little ground pinch. We're seeing some RHL action here too.
Well, it's time to go for RBG. They've got to find the back of the net, and they've come so close in this game alone. 4 shots to Toronto's 1. Here's Sirocco in the offensive corner, looking for that bump on the car. He doesn't get it. He actually gets a piece of the ball, though. Noxus over Sirocco. Now it's a 1v1. Looking to beat the last defender. He does, but it's off the crossbar again.
The car.
For RBG.
There needed to be a follow-up there, and the car, I think, was just kind of sitting there midfield like, oh boy, I'm not sure what to do in this one. He didn't really have a lot of boost to play with. Just needed a little bit of follow-up, and it would have worked out great. Looking for a ground pinch here.
Noxus with the demo on Mektos. Now the car just trying to throw it towards the net. Didn't seem to have a lot of boost. He actually missed the midfield boost. Now Sirocco looking for Mektos. He does find him, but shut down by the last defender of RBG. Now Noxus muscles it through Sirocco into his offensive corner. Great touch by him. This is a great effort by Noxus. Shut down by Sirocco. And again, Mektos just getting in the way. Always being a nuisance on every side of the field, but you can see the game turning into a very physical one as bumps and demos coming out for both these teams.
Oh, we might have a breakaway.
Might actually beat Mektos. He can't get the flip. He got a little tangled up with Mektos there, and it threw him off. Here's the car. The shot on target, but again saved by Sirocco. And Mektos able to get this one away, and it might still go in. Sirocco again has to make the save.
Toronto's just, good lord, guys. Just the wall that's been erected in front of your net is absolutely insurmountable.
This is it. 10 seconds left. The shot from the car, saved by Sirocco.
Wait, Noxus!
You gotta put it away. He does it finally. RBG score, and what a time to do it. They tie it up with 8 seconds.
And the car, so much confidence coming into this. He just made the shot, forced Sirocco into the back of his own net, and Noxus backed him up. That's exactly what RBG have needed to do this whole game. So many chances to back each other up. They finally do it, and they're able to stay alive for now. Let's see if we move into overtime.
This ball flying towards the RBG net. Noxus opts to keep it up. Tries to go under Sirocco. I like the confidence. But in the end, we go to overtime. 1-1 apiece. Toronto's trying to sweep this game. RBG, maybe a new sign of life for them.
Oh, popped up.
Here's the car. The shot turned away by Sirocco. Noxus just trying to keep this one away, or at least slow down Toronto's just a little bit to get back. Noxus, full boost here. Gets demoed. Sirocco off the back wall. The car, great clear from him. But it's straight to Mektos. Noxus tries to get the dunk and does on Sirocco. Now the car. Can RBG get back into this game? Get back into this series?
Low on boost.
Sirocco actually wins that one out, up and over. It's all over. Sirocco's got it in overtime. A 4-0 sweep for Toronto's.
Wow, the car right here, just, he thought about going, then he hesitated. Just that little bit of hesitation, just opened it up there for Sirocco. Sirocco with all the confidence of an expert level 1v1 player. Takes it right off the wall and right in. We've seen him do it time and time again. Heck, he's done that against the car, and the car just got that hesitation. Heartbreaking there for RBG after nearly coming back there after that disconnection. Just couldn't quite put it together, in Toronto's take the grand prize. $400 is all theirs.
Wow, wow. What a way to end it for Toronto's. Sirocco just slipping through, and like you said, $400 going in their pockets. And of course, RBG not walking away with nothing. They do get $100 at the end of the day. But wow, sweeps all around tonight.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I would have not have guessed that. I wouldn't have said that at the beginning of the stream.
Not at all. But we're looking at the rosters. We know these guys. They're probably going to play pretty evenly, and I mean, both of us were really predicting long series, and it just didn't materialize that way. Welcome to Rocket League. That's what happens sometimes. Unfortunately for us as viewers and casters, we don't get to see more excellent Rocket League. But great on the players. I mean, they showed up, and the people that showed up a little bit more and that put together those plays a little bit better were the ones that won these particular series. So, I mean, we can't really argue with the results. There were no controversies there.
So we have two more winners here on the Astronaut stream. Of course, coming in this 2v2 tournament, Mektos and Taroko going to be thrown up on our leaderboard to tie up first killer in 2019 with total wins. So first killer, Taroko, and Mektos all on the leaderboard for now as our top 3 total wins overall in 2019. Of course, we're only 2 streams into the year, so a lot to be had, a lot more tournaments to come. And speaking of tournaments to come, Ninja, we got a lot more. We got a lot more Astronauts action coming through in this month alone. In just January, we got one more 1v1 tournament, January 23rd. $500 for that one. January 28th is the big one. $2,000 3v3 tournament at the end of the month. Again, January 28th. Get your team, get your friends, sign up for this one. $2,000 is the prize pool for that one. And it's a lot of money in the Rocket League scene for these types of tournaments. You don't want to miss it.
No, you really don't, guys. If you want to sign up for it, head to teambeyond.net. Yeah, teambeyond.net. Sign up there. Want to see you guys take a shot. You never know what might happen.
And of course, be sure to follow Team Beyond on Twitter at teambeyond.net for the latest news and updates. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Corelli TV and at Ninja Rider RL. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's the one. Yeah.
That is us, guys. Tarotos are your winners for tonight. Taroko and Mektos, a 4-0 sweep over RBG Esports. It's been an amazing ride for the Night Ninja. Any closing thoughts that you would like to say?
Honestly, I can't wait for the rest of the year here at Beyond. There's a lot of things planned out, trying new things. The production is just going to get even better. Our casting is getting even better. We've got Corelli coming in regularly now. It's going to be awesome. And of course, the patch will return. Don't worry. He loves the stuff. Couldn't make it tonight. And Corelli, I want to thank you for stepping in for him tonight.
Absolutely. Always happy to be here. Always happy to cast some Rocket Leagues. We're going to sign off here, guys. It's been a great night. Be sure to sign up for our future January events here, and we'll see you next time.